Once upon a time, in a bustling city where the cost of living was sky high, there was a young woman named Isabella. She was a ballerina, and her passion for dance had led her to make a name for herself in the competitive world of ballet. She had worked hard to get where she was, starting from scratch and rising through the ranks to become a principal dancer at a prestigious dance company. One day, Isabella was on her way to a yard sale in her neighborhood when she heard a commotion coming from a nearby alley. Curiosity got the best of her, and she decided to investigate. As she rounded the corner, she saw a man standing on a crate, ranting about the exorbitant cost of rent in the city. He was dressed in all white, with a painted face and a beret perched atop his head. He was a mime, and he had a small crowd of onlookers gathered around him. Isabella couldn't help but be drawn in by the mime's passionate performance. As he spoke, she felt a connection to his words and to the frustrations he was expressing. She decided to approach him after he finished his rant. "That was quite a performance," she said. The mime, whose name was Jack, turned to look at her. "Thanks," he said, a hint of sarcasm creeping into his voice. "But it's not a performance. This is my life." Isabella was taken aback by his words, but she could sense a deeper sadness beneath the surface. She found herself wanting to know more about him, and so she asked him to join her for a cup of coffee. Over the next few weeks, Isabella and Jack spent more and more time together, and they quickly realized that they had a strong connection. They started dating and fell deeply in love with each other. But their romance was not without its challenges. Jack had a complicated past, and as Isabella got to know him better, she began to realize that he had a criminal background. He had been caught up in a robbery years ago, and he had served time in prison. Isabella was shocked and saddened by this revelation, but she couldn't help but feel that Jack was a good person who had made a mistake. She was determined to stand by him and support him as he tried to move forward with his life. Just when things seemed to be going well, a twist occurred. Jack's past caught up to him. An ex-partner in crime saw him and threatened to turn him in unless he did one more job. Jack, not wanting to let Isabella know about his past and wanting to protect her, agreed. But when Isabella saw him leaving one night, she followed him and ended up getting caught up in the middle of the robbery. Jack managed to get her out safely and explain everything. Isabella was heartbroken, but understood why he did it. She knew that he had only done it to protect her, and she couldn't stay mad at him. In the end, the two of them worked together to clear Jack's name and start a new life together, free from the shadows of their pasts. They knew that it wouldn't be easy, but as long as they had each other, they were determined to make it work. "I'm sorry for keeping secrets from you," Jack said, holding Isabella close. "It's all right," Isabella replied, tears in her eyes. "I understand why you did it. And I'm here for you, no matter what." The couple stood together, looking out at the city that had brought them together.